Hello, everyone, and good evening to you all. My name is Felton Parker. Today is Wednesday, August 14th, 2024. As always, each day is a wonderful day to be blessed by our Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ. And I sincerely hope you folks have a truly blessed and wonderful Wednesday. What I have for you guys in tonight's video is the list of all the National Day holidays from my National Day calendar segment. That includes my featured National Day holiday. Also tonight, in my weather segment, I will let you all know exactly what we are expecting for tomorrow, which is Thursday, for your Friday, the upcoming weekend, and on to the first half of next week. So without further ado, let's get things started here on this Wednesday night. Just with my featured national, as I open up my National Day calendar segment here. On this Wednesday night. And of course, my featured National Day calendar holiday from today is that today was National Creamsicle Day. On this day, National Creamsicle Day celebrates the creamy citrus dessert on a stick. During the height of summer, what better way to enjoy refreshment than with a creamsicle? Creamsicle is the brand name of an ice cream treat and consists of vanilla ice cream on a popsicle stick with an outer coating of sherbet. While many other flavors now exist, the original flavor was orange. Today, recipes abound with creamsicle flavors from beverages to desserts. The flavor has long been a favorite. An 11-year-old Frank Epperson inspired the creation when he invented the original popsicle back in 1905. After mixing up a powdered soda, he left the beverage overnight with the stirring stick in it. Temperatures dropped unusually low that night, and the next morning, Epperson found the liquid frozen on the stick. He dubbed the creation the Epsicle. Sometime later, he changed the name to Popsicle. Several generations have enjoyed the fruity frozen treats, and they continue to do so. Did you observe this day by pick up some creamsicles and share them with some friends? Try making a creamsicle inspired recipe. So you can also share your preferred recipes. There are 100 calories in a creamsicle. There are different sizes of a creamsicle, and they also come in sugar free. If you're trying to keep the calories down on eating these delectable summer treats, even though summer is beginning to fade away. Also, today was National Navajo Code Talkers Day. On this Wednesday. Excuse me. And now, as we move into your weather segment here, of course, we are expecting another day of very intense heat and humidity. So, look for very warm, humid, and dry conditions. Look for very warm, humid, and dry conditions to continue tonight, with temperatures briefly falling into the mid-70s to near 80 degrees. So it's going to be another unusually warm evening for us overnight tonight. And your averages and records for this day. 95 is the normal high, 73 is the normal low. 106 is the record high set on this date back in 2023. That was just a year ago. Of course, you all know exactly how brutally hot it was. That was during the brutally hot August we've had last year, in the midst of a brutally hot summer. So today's record high will be 106 degrees. Set back in 2023. That was just a year ago today. 56 is the record low set on this date back in 2004. And of course, all across the entire 4-state region, we are under a heat advisory, except portions of a couple of counties in eastern Oklahoma and also portions of north and central Arkansas are on an excessive heat warning. So again, all across the entire 4-state region is under a heat advisory. And of course, the heat advisory continues until 8 p.m. tomorrow evening. And of course, all is quiet here on the local radar, except that Areas east of areas east of Shreveport Bossier had experienced a couple rumbles of thunder here and there, and of course we're seeing a couple showers just north of the I don't want to say necessarily showers, just within east of the portions of southeastern Louisiana. Also another cluster of a shower thunderstorm too, coming from portions of central Kansas, and also portions of the of central also portions of northeastern of northwestern South Carolina, and also in a portion of northern Florida. So not too much is happening here tonight. Of course, the high pressure ridges was responsible for our ongoing heat wave with the heat advisories and ongoing hot and dry conditions. And of course, I actually do have rain chance, at least slight rain chances on the way. Actually, I do have at least a couple slight chances of rain on the way in the coming days. I'll let you guys know exactly when those arrive. So we've seen we've had a bit more sunshine today comparing to what we saw yesterday and perhaps the day before. So like yesterday, it was another hot and rather humid day for us as well, with heat index rising to at least 110. So we've seen mostly sunny skies with the exception of a few clouds as we topped it at 100 degrees earlier today. Now, triple digits, and of course, again, the high pressure regions was responsible for the ongoing hot and dry conditions we have all across the area. And of course, but however, starting this weekend, I'll let you guys know, but in the coming days, we're going to see just a slight, not a huge weekend. We can see at least a slight chance of weakening in the of the weakening of the high pressure ridge. That could perhaps give us a chance of a couple chances of showers, give us a chance of at least a slight chance of maybe a shower or thunderstorm or two. That may be the only relief we receive from the heat. But, and I'll let you guys know how much rain we could see on the way within the upcoming days. Temperature outside here on this Wednesday night is 88 degrees with clear skies. Of course, you know this. So, temperature outside here on this Wednesday night is 88 degrees with clear skies. We have a south wind at 3 miles per hour. Humidity is 66%. Dew point is 75 degrees. With the feels like temperature heat index of 98 degrees. So it is quite warm. You'll notice how awfully warm it is here at this 10 o'clock hour. 98 degrees. It feels awfully warm out there. Awfully hot out there. That's like what it feels like this with the humid air mass after such a hot day today. So that means the heat and humidity it is with us. So once again, the heat advisory remains in effect until 8 p.m. tomorrow evening. So please, folks, do your part. So please, folks, do your part to take it easy when it comes to being outside in extreme heat. So please do your part to avoid being outside. To do your part. If you have to be outside, take frequent breaks, drink lots of water. And if you have to be outside, just remember to limit your time outside. Take frequent breaks, drink plenty of water, and wear loose fitting or light colored clothing. And of course, the best time to go outside is either early in the morning, before and during sunrise, and later on in the evening during and after sunset. So hot temperatures and high humidity will bring dangerous levels of heat to the region through the weekend. Heat index values would likely climb above 105 degrees in most locations. So like yesterday, like what you saw yesterday and today, of course, it's just not going to change. However, the high pressure ridge that's responsible for the ongoing hot and dry conditions could likely provide us with some relief from the heat. So it could likely provide us with at least a slight chance of a shower, thunderstorm or two. At least a slight chance of showers. At least a slight chance of maybe a random pop-up shower, thunderstorm or two. But nonetheless, the heat is going to stick around in the coming days. So just try to do your part to keep cool and stay protected. Severe storms and flooding potential for the central U.S. Hazardous heat in the south. Isolated to scattered severe thunderstorms are possible Thursday across parts of the middle Mississippi and lower Ohio valleys. Scattered flash flooding, damaging winds, and large hail are possible. Widespread maximum temperatures are forecast to range from the upper 90s to triple digits across the southwest into the central Gulf Coast this week. Heat indices may reach or exceed 110 degrees. At one point, Shreveport's heat indices reached 110 earlier today. Although the actual air temperature was 100 degrees, that's due to that's because of the heat advisory. So once again, a heat advisory that's currently in place remains. And of course, I'm going to give you guys the very, very latest on. So I'm going to give you guys the latest what is happening in the tropics with Ernesto. So Ernesto is currently, it is a category 1. So Ernesto, earlier today, Ernesto has been upgraded to a category 1 hurricane. So we currently have, so Ernesto is the season's 3rd hurricane, the season's 5th named storm, and the 3rd hurricane of, and the third storm that's got to strengthen into a hurricane. So Ernesto is currently a category 1 hurricane. It is likely to strengthen even more in the coming days. Just on Thursday of last week, the National Hurricane Center noted that an area of low pressure could form in the central tropical Atlantic. Later that day, they began tracking a tropical wave southwest of Cabo Verde. Shower activity associated with the wave began increasing 2 days later showing signs of organization on Sunday, this past Sunday, August 11th. As a result, later that day, the disturbance developed into a low-pressure area. As the system was expected to impact the Leeward Islands, it was designated potential tropical cyclone 5 soon after. The next day, the system organized enough to become a tropical storm being named Ernesto. Ernesto will intensify as it moved through the Lesser Antilles and impacted the Virgin Islands and Puerto Rico. Favorable environment conditions allowed Ernesto to intensify further, becoming a hurricane earlier today on Wednesday, August 14th. Several main roads on the island of Guadeloupe were closed due to the storm. Sustained winds on the islands of Culebra reached 86 miles per hour, where downed trees, blocked roads, and roofs were blown off. More than 45,000 customers lost power in the Virgin Islands as a result of the hurricane-force wind gusts. The entirety of St. Croix and St. Thomas lost electricity. Over 728,000 households in Puerto Rico lost power, around half of the island. An additional 235,000 households suffered water allergies. So again, the storm has a peak wind gust at 80 miles per hour. So again, here's the latest. So here's the current latest position where Hurricane Ernesto is right now. So this time last night, as I was talking, this time last night and early this morning, Ernesto was still a tropical storm, but sometime earlier today, Ernesto I think it was sometime earlier today, Ernesto has strengthened to become a hurricane. So here's the latest on where Ernesto is located right now. So Ernesto is a category. So currently Ernesto is a Category 1 hurricane. It is located approximately 175 miles from Grand Turk Island. And of course, maximum sustainments are 80 miles per hour with wind gusts up to 100 miles per hour. And the movement in the system is moving from the north-northwest at 18 miles per hour with 29 inches with the barometric pressure. So it is moving from the north-northwest at 18 miles per hour. It is likely that Ernesto could intensify even further into it. Could reach major hurricane status. So, fortunately, Ernesto does not seem to show signs of having an impact on making landfall anywhere across the U.S. mainland. So that is the very latest on Hurricane Ernesto, a Category 1. So that is the very latest on Hurricane Ernesto, a Category 1 storm. That's the very latest on Category 1 storm Ernesto. So it is likely to strengthen. So it is indication that Ernesto could become the season's second major hurricane of the season so far. Just not so. That's the very latest of Hurricane Ernesto. I have more updates with Ernesto in tomorrow night's video, so stay tuned. And now tonight is going to be a very warm and humid evening for us overnight with partly cloudy skies. So we start to see partly cloudy skies. So we should bottom at 80 degrees. That's unusually warm for nighttime. That's unusually warm for a nighttime low temperature this time of year. Low temperature tonight 80 degrees with a south-southwest wind at 6 miles per hour, and we're not expecting any rain. Tomorrow, going to your Thursday, is going to expect another day of dangerous heat on the way, just like today. So make sure you remember remember the signs of dehydration and heat stroke if you're going to be outside for an extended period of time tomorrow, going into your Thursday. So once again, we've done triple digits both yesterday and today, and it looks like we could do it again tomorrow. Heading into your Thursday, and don't forget the heat advisory remains in effect until 8 p.m. tomorrow evening. So going to your Thursday, where we have mostly sunny skies, is the top of that 101. That's that. So it looks like that's likely some of the hottest temperatures we've seen so far this year. So, and of course, so far in the month of August, we have not received any rain. So we're now going on 18 days since the last had measurable rainfall here. And it looks like that could, and of course, the hot and dry conditions we could continue at least for another day. So high temperature tomorrow 101 with the southwest wind 8 miles per hour. And of course with the heat index of 108. So with the heat index of 108, so we have a southwest wind at 8 miles per hour, and we're not expecting any rain. So just such as the case been so far for the month of August, tomorrow is such as the case been so far this week. We're going to continue the hot and dry pattern tomorrow going into your Thursday. Now here's what to set for getting it for another day of work in school. So expect mostly clear skies overnight tonight, with temperatures mostly falling through the low to mid 80s. So it's going to be quite unusually warm. Normally we should be in the lower 80s. Normally we should be in the low to mid at least in the low to mid 70s for nighttime lows. Instead, we're going to be well in the mid 80s due to the warm humid air mass in place. So we will start off tomorrow morning at 6 a.m. with a temperature of 80 degrees with mostly clear skies. Around 9 a.m. tomorrow, mostly sunny skies. We're up to 87 degrees. Noon tomorrow, we're up to 95 degrees with mostly sunny skies. 3 p.m. tomorrow afternoon, we're up to 99 degrees with mostly sunny skies. Once again, knocking on the door for 100 for the third day in a row. And also, if we hit 100 again tomorrow, it would be the 10th time this summer to do so. 6 p.m. tomorrow evening, we're up to 98 degrees. The skies becoming partly cloudy. 9 p.m. tomorrow night, with mostly clear skies, we should be at 89 degrees. So tomorrow's gonna be another. So tomorrow, like what you saw, just like what you experienced, just exactly what you experienced today. is what you're going to get tomorrow. So not much is going to change to at least the end of the week, but maybe some small possible changes as we head into the weekend. And I'll let you guys know. So I said earlier in the video that we can have the returning of at least small minimum rain chances returning, but at this point it doesn't look like we're going to have much of anything. So it looks like that our dry spell may be temporarily, our completely dry spell may temporarily be put to a halt, because so rain chances, so it looks like that. So I'll let you guys know. It looks like that. I'll tell you guys more about it in just a second. But it looks like that rain. Looks like we have the small rain chance that could linger at least for a few days for those of you that's begging, that's been begging and wanting rain. Now, going back to the almanac, notice about the sunrise and sunset times from what you guys saw in my Facebook post earlier this evening. Today, here in Shreveport, was the last 8 p.m. sunset we will see for this year. And of course, today's sunset time occurred at 8 o'clock p.m. this evening. The next time we will see a sunset time occurring as late as 8 p.m. will not happen here in Shreveport. The next time we will not see a sunset happening until at least 8 o'clock in the evening will not happen again until May 5th of 2025. It will not happen again until May 5th of next year. So that means that fall up is upon us. So today's sunset time was at 8 o'clock p.m. here in Shreveport. Tomorrow's sunset will occur at 7:59 p.m. So after the 6:39 a.m. sunset, tomorrow's sunset will be at 7:59 p.m. So this is all. So I hope you've all enjoyed the 8 p.m. and later sunsets while we've had them. Enjoy them while it lasts. But what will not come to an end anytime soon is the overly excessive heat, and it's the very intense heat that we've been dealing with. That's not going to come to an end just yet, but we still have at least a few more days of in a row with triple digits. So I apologize for that noise in the background. So again, but here's what the next 7 to 10 days have in store for us, starting with tonight and tomorrow. After a low temperature tonight of 80 degrees, which of course is quite unusually warm for this time of year. Tomorrow, tomorrow will be another day of dangerous heat. So if you must be outside at all anytime during the day tomorrow, I would suggest you folks to please take it easy. Consider taking frequent breaks and drink plenty of water if you have to be outside. Limit outdoor activities either early in the morning before during sunrise or later in the evening during and after sunset. So tomorrow, just like we saw today. So now today we topped at 100 for the second day in a row. It looks like tomorrow we could get just a notch hotter, up to 101. So tomorrow, going into your Thursday, expect another day of dangerous heat. And remember the dangers of dehydration and heat stroke. So remember to stay cool, stay hydrated, and drink plenty of water. It would be another day of dangerous heat. Otherwise, it's gonna be another hot day for us with mostly sunny skies. High of 101, low of 79, heat index 108. So factor in the humidity. That's what it feels like. That's what the feels like temperature is gonna bring you. High of 101, low of 79. We have a southwest wind at 8 miles per hour, and we're not expecting any rain. And of course, going into your Friday as we close out the work week going into your Friday, expect similar conditions as we head into your Friday. Another day of dangerous heat, just like tomorrow, with the high of 101, low of 78, heat index 109. We have a southwest wind 8 miles per hour, and I'm putting in a rain chance not more than 10%. So some of us have a brief pop-up shower or two, but most of us aren't going to get anything for the next couple of days. So the next couple of days are going to be looking totally hot and dry all across the area. So and it is likely that the heat index would that the heat advisory could again be extended into your Friday. And of course, now here are the changes that I was telling you about. So even though, of course, expect even hotter temperatures as we head into the upcoming weekend. Going into your Saturday, it will be hot with partly cloudy skies. Expect a few thunderstorms around in the afternoon. Otherwise, expect another day of potentially dangerous heat, just like what you're going to see both tomorrow and Friday. So it would be another dangerously hot day for us. Except a couple. It's at least a slight chance of a shower, thunderstorm or two. But as of right now, I'm not expecting anything much heading into your Saturday. With the high of 102, low of 79, heat index 112. So that means Saturday is going to be a bit more humid. Excuse me. That's going to drive the humidity up even more. With the high of 102, low of 79, heat index 112. That's what's going to drive the humidity up even more. That means that we'll be on the edges of the high pressure ridge. That will create a northwest frontal boundary could produce a few showers and storms, at least a slight chance. As of right now, I'm not expecting much rain for your Saturday with the high of 102, low of 79, heat index 112. We have a southwest wind at 6 miles per hour. I'll put your rain chance at least at 20%. Sunday, of course, it gets even hotter. Partly cloudy and hot with the couple thunderstorms here and there. So remember to minimize outdoor activity. Of course, the heat will be dangerous. So limit your time outdoors also for your Sunday. So we'll heat up during the day, but if we do see it, and of course if we do see the chance of that pop-up shower, then consider yourself lucky. With the high of 104, low of 77. And of course that's likely could be the hottest we see so far this year. We have with the heat index 112 at northwest wind and 5 miles per hour, chance of rain 20%. It looks like at least a slight rain chance will continue for your Monday as we go into the start of next week. Expect a couple thunderstorms around in the morning. Otherwise, we have partly cloudy skies during the day. Not as hot, so at least finally by Monday we start to see temperatures a bit closer to normal. With high of 95, low of 76, heat index 105. It's still going to be hot and humid, but maybe not as hot for Monday. I guess we'll have more clouds around expected for Monday. We'll have an east-southeast wind at 6 miles per hour, chance of rain 20%. It looks like that slight rain chance will continue for your Tuesday. Expect a couple thunderstorms around, otherwise be partly cloudy and hot. High of 99, low of 74. Heat index 107, chance of rain 20. We have a west-southwest wind at 6 miles per hour, chance of rain 20%. It looks like that rain chance could get even better, but not by much. It'll be mostly cloudy and hot. Expect a few thunderstorms around mostly in the afternoon. High of 100. And of course, we're back into the triple digits by the time we get toward the middle of next week, with the high of 100, low of 76, with the south-southeast wind at 8 miles per hour, chance of rain 30%. So, of course, we're not. So we're not. So it'll be the first time in several nights I'm actually putting more days of rain chance in the forecast than not. So. But it's still going to be hot. It's still going to be humid. We'll still have at least a few more days in triple digits. But one good thing about this forecast, at least the high pressure, the ridge won't be strong enough. And looks like that. And looks like now going beyond the next 7 days. Looks like going for next 30. Looks like the latter part of next week we will tend to dry out and heat things up even more, as we'll have high temperatures close in surpassing. We'll have highs in the triple digits again by next Thursday. It will be mostly sunny, hot and dry by next Thursday, and also going into your Friday of next day as we close out next week. We have highs in the upper 90s with partly cloudy skies, highs in the upper 90s with no rain expected, and also that would be for next Friday, the And looks like we also have highs in the upper 90s for next Saturday, the 24th. Highs in the upper 90s as well, but no rain expected. So if you do not, and also some parts of the Arctic region, due to not having receiving measurable rainfall over the past several weeks, and burn ban has been issued. I believe a burn ban has been issued across some parts of the region. It is not for our area. Okay, I take that back. It is for our area. It is mainly for a portion of southwest Arkansas is under a burn ban due to ongoing hot and dry conditions. Now, so far it has been 18 going on 19 days now since Shreveport last had measured. It has been 18 going on 19 days now since Shreveport last had measurable rainfall. Shreveport last had significant rainfall back on July 26th. So this coming Friday, it will be, if we don't get any rain by this coming Friday, it will be 3 weeks since Shreveport last had any rain. And I believe we may have had a trace out of some rain fell in some parts of the city back on July 27th. So if you're not a fan of hot and dry conditions with highs in the triple digits, then I don't know what to tell you. At least for tomorrow, at least for both tomorrow and Friday, we'll have things totally hot and dry. But fortunately, relief there could be some relief on the way. So fortunately, there could perhaps be some relief on the way, especially in the afternoon. So we'll have the ridge of high pressure right over us for the next couple of days, but eventually the ridge will weaken some. That will create enough stability for showers and storms to develop mostly in the afternoons. So have at least a slight chance of a pop-up shower or two. So if you do, consider yourself lucky. If not, then otherwise it would just be hot and dry. So it means that some parts of the area will receive some rain, but others will most likely stay hot and dry. So again, high temperatures. Looks like that at least through Sunday we'll have highs. We will continue the very hot and our very hot and dry pattern will continue at least through the next few days. Tomorrow all the way through Sunday we'll have highs in the lower. We'll have highs in the triple digit. We will continue each of the next few days with highs in the triple digits each day. So just like what we have experienced today is exactly what we have experienced both yesterday and today. It looks like tomorrow will be more of the same. So at least for the next couple of days, tomorrow and Friday are not looking much any different than what we've experienced today. And of course, we will keep our. Of course, it gets even hotter for Saturday and Sunday, with highs again continuing the triple digits. But we'll have a brief. Then we'll see a slight lowering in temperatures back closer to normal. We'll concentrate on highs in the mid to upper 90s for both Monday and Tuesday of next week, and then we're back into the triple digits by the time we get towards the middle of next week. Now the feels like temperatures the heat index. We have 108 for tomorrow, 109 for Friday, 112 for both Saturday and Sunday, 109 for Monday, 107 for Tuesday, and only 9. And I say it would be somewhere in the 100s for next Wednesday. But either way, it's going to be hot. So please take it easy and continue yourselves. Take it easy. I say the heat index should be like around 106 maybe for next Wednesday. Either way, the humidity, the excessive heat and humidity, it's not going anywhere anytime soon. At least fortunate compared to August of 2023. Excuse me. Comparing to August of 2023, which would be a year ago, At least four. Now today's record high would be 106. That was set back exactly a year ago today. Now this time around, it is, even though we've seen over just about almost a handful of triple digits. Even though we may have had, so thanks to the constant heavy rains we've experienced early in the year, I can say this summer has mostly been mild. It's been humid. It's been a bit more humid. It's been hot, but not excessively hot. But fortunately, so far August of 2024 isn't turned out to be as hot as August 2023, where we've had where we were already breaking this. Only the second of many times during August of last year we were tying break records. But so far this summer we have not had much in the way of tying or breaking any records to speak of. So fortunately, this summer's turned out to be a bit more. We're being a bit more moderate with the heat. The only thing is that. So again, with the very more humid and moist air that's in place, that's why with the heat advisory. So it looks like that. So heat advisory once again remains in effect until 8 p.m. tomorrow evening, and it will likely be again extended even as we go into your Friday. Now your rain chances. So we're not expecting. So tomorrow for your Thursday, we're not expecting any rain. Maybe a 10% chance by Friday. I still say much of the day Friday should be dry. And then we'll start to get in the random day pop-up showers and storms. The region will move away from the region just in time to allow creating enough fuel from enough moisture for any shower thunderstorm activity all across the area to develop. So this it's not going to be a total washout. It's not going to be anything. We're not, of course, any of these storms on any of these days beginning the weekend, it's likely to produce heavy rainfall and brief periods of severe weather. So be prepared for the possibility of that. Either way, it's not going to be a total washout. So we have at least a chance of pop-up, at least a slight chance of pop. So again, I'll start over. So no rain expected for tomorrow. And of course, much of the day Friday should be dry. So I have a 10% chance for Friday. Both days should be hot and dry. But we'll start to deal with at least a small rain chances, at least a slight rain chances beginning on Saturday. 20% chance of rain for Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. 20% chance of rain for Saturday, Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday. And then that rain chances increases even more to a 30% by the time we go into your Wednesday. The middle of next is by the time we go into your Wednesday of next week, the middle of next week. And of course, it's been another hot day. It looks like tomorrow, so we have another hot day ahead of us tomorrow as we go into your Thursday. Excuse me. And the estimated rainfall amounts, we should not be expecting any more than around 1/4 inch between now and the middle of next week. You should not be expecting any more than 1/4 inch of rain. So we typically get just well under 1/10 of an inch of rain, because on the average August is our driest month of the year, and it looks like this month could be living up to the expectations. So and of course, other than Ernesto in the tropics, we do not have anything else active. So I will continue to monitor you guys and keep you guys posted if we're going to have anything tropical headed our way. We'll probably have to get into it either sometime next week or maybe possibly the following. But I will get into it in days to come. And also, with football season around the corner, I'm going to keep you guys informed on upcoming upcoming football games, like the colleges and NFL, and also high schools, colleges, and NFL. So be on the lookout for those in the coming weeks. And so yes, even though NFL preseason has started late last weekend, so I'll probably start giving updates and those when you guys watch me again tomorrow night. So So yes, that's all we have in that update. And also, once again, I would like to thank the entire city of Shreveport. Then once again, 50 Cent's Human Harmony Festival from last weekend turned out to be such a huge success. We cannot thank 50 Cent and his entire crew for putting such a huge light to the entire city of Shreveport. Just like to give shout outs to Mayor Tom Arsenault and the entire city of Shreveport and 50 Cent and his entire G Unit family for making this making the Human Harmony Festival turn out to be such a huge success. For those of you that spent this past weekend heading out to the 50 Cent Human Harmony Festival, it was such a huge success. We just cannot thank 50 Cent, his crew, Mayor Tom Arsenault, and the entire city of Shreveport. Just cannot thank them enough. Just turned out to be such a huge successful event, with the huge crowd. So it just turned out to be such a high success. It met its expectations, and of course, those were fun-filled days. Everything you name it, from comedy shows to concerts, basketball tournaments, car shows, the 55th event for the 55th fitness event for the kids at Festival Plaza. It was something for children and adults, families, children and adults of all ages to enjoy. So we're expecting the city of Shreveport to do something as big as something like this again soon. So I just thought I'd give you guys an update once more. Well, that basically will be all that I want to share with you guys here on. That basically will be all that I want to cover with you guys here on this Wednesday night. And of course, tomorrow night, along with my National Day Calendar segment, I will also have the very latest with the ongoing I will also have the very latest with the ongoing heat wave as the heat advisory remains in effect. I'll give you guys the update on the very hot temperatures and continuously dry conditions. I also have a little preview of what to expect for the weekend, as we eventually could see some rain chances returning, despite daytime heating and humidity. So let us hope we get in some rain within the upcoming days. And also keep you guys the very latest update based upon what is happening in the tropics with Ernesto being now known as Ernesto is now a Category 1 hurricane. And I'll let you guys know tomorrow night if Ernesto has gained his strength to reach major hurricane status. I will keep you guys in the know for that. But that will be all that I have for you guys here on this Wednesday night. Once again, my name is Felton Parker. I'm officially signing off here. You guys have a good night. Sleep peacefully. Take care of yourselves and each other. Most of all, remain blessed and stay safe. Thank you.